Well, kia ora. My name is Geraghty. I am proud to be one of the Rotarians that initiated this and are guiding this This Is Us He Waka Eka Noa project, and appreciate you taking a few minutes to listen to my story. And this is my wonderful hoi. It covers 160 years and 6 generations of my father's family, from the time our great-grandparents came out from Ireland right on down to my family here today. I'm not artistic in any way, but had the good fortune to meet Michelle Estelle, a wonderful Tauranga artist. This side of my hoi is bookended by the Celtic knot, or it's called the Celtic love knot, and as you can see, it has no beginning and it has no end, so really it's a testimony to eternity. And it's one of the reasons I've put that on there. It's particularly important to myself and my wife. She has worn it as a pendant virtually since the day we met. The Celtic tree of life here symbolises harmony and balance, and is a link between heaven and earth. And to me it signifies strength, the importance of our family roots, and longevity in our family line. I've included a mapped outline of Ireland and placed a small tier over the small town of Virginia in County Cavan, where my great grandparents were born, raised, married, and unfortunately had to leave in their early 20s as they took up the opportunity to come to New Zealand under the Waikato immigration scheme. That was, they departed on the sailing ship, the Ganges, from Cobe Harbour, which is right down the other end of Southern Ireland there, and they left in 1865. That was approximately 10 years after the Great Irish Famine, which unfortunately 1 million people died of starvation, and 1 million people had to immigrate. Very sad. They arrived in New Zealand about a year after the Battle of Gate Parr, just up the road here. Part and Bridgie, as they were known, they had to travel 200 miles all the way down to join the ship, and the tear to me represents the sadness of their leaving and of all the family they had to leave behind. The Ganges also became known as the death ship because unfortunately 54 children died on the way out because someone didn't load on all the powders and medicines of the day that were needed to keep them well. Happily though, Bridget gave birth to the first of their 12 children a day after they arrived in Auckland, and they named that son Bartholomew Ganges Geraghty. The Southern Cross, we've put this on here as well, has been included here as it is the brightest group of stars in our night sky, and I'm sure the 474 passengers on the Ganges would have been suitably impressed by looking at it when they finally came down into the southern hemisphere. My dad and I used to love looking up at the Southern Cross, as do my son and I, and my dad used it as a metaphor for me and my siblings, that we should always look up, be positive, and take the opportunities that come along in life. So on down to the beautiful Celtic cross. I've travelled twice to the hill of Tara, which is it's just north of Dublin, and near this very historic Celtic site, St. Patrick met with the clan chieftains who gathered there annually to set taxes and so on. And St. Patrick, using symbolism, placed their pagan sun god circle inside the Christian cross to symbolise how the two religions could merge and work together. I asked Michelle to paint this blood red heart inside there as well, to recognise the rich passion and emotion that runs through our Irish family. This then has been enriched by the various ethnicities that course through our children's and our grandchildren's veins as they now make their own way in Aotearoa. The beautiful silver fern is a customary link to New Zealand, but I like how Michelle has shown the green and silver sides of both sides of the fern. She's intermingled that beautifully, and I believe it highlights how our family have blended into the new country. It's actually blended. This is my old hometown of Geraghty, beautiful mountain in behind there that's very significant to us, and it still points back, the ferns still point back to our heritage back in Ireland, and we go back there a lot. I love going to Ireland. Special place. Interesting though, I was spoken on a few occasions to Michelle about the deep bond Trish and I have, both to each other and to our families, and so she believes the interlinking of both ferns is her interpretation of that bond. So that's lovely. I'll turn this over. As you can see, there are three generations up on top here, and followed by this photo of the pillar at the entrance to our Geraghty cemetery. And I love this because it has the shamrock in here, but it has the little roof on top, and that to me represents my 30 years in real estate. And I remember my first boss saying to me, "It's a people game, Les. Everybody needs a shelter for them and their family," and that's the way I think about real estate. So the three-leaf clover, of course, is also highly important to us, as it stands for faith, hope, and love, which embodies my general outlook on life. Our dad Lou was a inspirational, hard-working father to my siblings and me. He was a larger-than-life character, as demonstrated by the many photos of him right through here, with all his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I've got a photo of he and Mum from the day they were engaged up the top there. And Dad had a wonderful saying that it's all about the people that come into your life. And that's why I've added the mirror here. For those individuals that might take the time to look at my hui. And I hope that they feel some interaction with us and possibly take the time to reflect on their own life, as everyone has a rich tapestry of family. I feel blessed that Michelle has afforded me the time to sit and listen to my story, and from those discussions she has created this hui which is full of imagery, meaning and symbolism. For it breathes challenges, opportunity, optimism, hardship and happiness. The final photo here is my daughter, Kate, and she married a terrific guy, James Ball, just over in Papamoa about 2 years ago. And I'm delighted to say that today she tells me she's 12 weeks pregnant, which gladdens our hearts as it continues the generational story and confirms my vision for the future. So thank you for listening to my story.